Well, I think I should carry on reporting as long as I can, because, after all, if my videos are uploaded to the internet, then unless someone mucks about with my YouTube channel, this information will be available forever to be examined in more detail than uh, than the amount of respect I've currently been granted. You understand? Someone may be interested in learning the truth later, so I should make a recording of it. As I was saying to someone on Facebook, I wish Robin Williams had made a little video recording before he left. I, for one, would have been very interested to know what was going through his mind. I think human beings in general need to be much more honest with each other. We need a great deal more compassion. It has surprised me living here in Southville for 10 days to see people who are apparently enjoying life walk past me as if I don't exist, or as if I'm some kind of scumbag or animal that they despise and don't want to get involved with. That is terrible ignorance. You know, it really is. It's hurtful for a gentleman like me to be ignored. You think, oh, dirty jacket, shuffling around, one of those homeless characters. It's all being handled. We're spending a lot of money on homeless services in Bristol. You know, it is being handled. It's not my responsibility. That man's suffering is nothing to do with me. There must be something wrong with him. He's probably drunk all the time, or shooting up smack, or something like that. But you will find, if you check the record, I have never begged. I tell you, I would rather die than beg. It's so degrading. And it is surprising that people are giving gifts to my dog because she's so irresistibly attractive. I don't have to buy dog food anymore. Yeah, well, last night we had rain again. The tent was already wet. The bedding was wet. But Julie came round this morning with a cup of tea for me and a piece of cake. Well, I damaged the tent more in opening the flap to accept his tea. And then later on, I heard another voice, because I just go back to slumber and think, oh, good, I've still got my dog here. She's still happy. I'll go back to sleep and maybe I won't wake up. And then, yeah, get yourself in the picture there, dear. Yeah. But what we had is a dog warden come round with some free dog food. Very nice indeed. But I lost it because one of the tent poles has snapped, which means that the porch in front of the tent, you know, between the inner tent and outside, that has now collapsed, which means disaster. That is worse than it was before. That means tragedy is imminent. You know, I'm all muddy and dirty. I'm damp. I'm cold. I'm chilled all the time. I'm shivering. And of course, I got the raging toothache. And no way of getting to a dentist. I mean, how can you get a dentist in this day and age without spending money, which I haven't got? Anyway, yes, I'm rather upset at the ignorance. You know, people seem to know what they're looking at without finding out. And gosh, if the truth were known, I would have the respect of every single one of these people, even if it was grudgingly given, if they had the truth. Okay, well, I'm thinking of calling my lawyer, who is one person who's been paid to help me in this situation. See if we can get anywhere. Huh. Hello, Katie. This is Will Matheson, or Will Smile, as I say. Uh, I'm in a rather critical condition now because we've been living, Ali and I, my dog, and I, have been living in a small tent for 10 days or 11 days here in Southville, on North Street Green, just up the road from George Ferguson's factory, and we've been hoping to somehow or other get some assistance out of this horrible position I'm in. Well, it's horribly inhumane, this position I'm in. I'm in a leaky tent with wet bedding. My clothes are all damp and dirty. My body is dirty. I have terrible pain in my feet. I've got a raging toothache in 2 of my remaining 4 teeth. I cannot get to a dentist. I can't organise anything like that. Really, I do need help from another human being to avoid a really sad tragedy. And as I've been mentioning, I am making recordings of my situation and putting them on the internet because I don't think it can be so easily swept under the carpet. I'm not one of your typical homeless characters. I'm actually terribly offended at being treated in this way. Remember when we first appealed against the ECHG, Homeless Hostels, noticed that they were going to evict me? Do you remember when we appealed and we asked, please supply evidence of the charges against Mr. Matheson? When we said, who said his dog was fouling the garden? And we said, who said that it was antisocial or abusive? When we asked for details of the offences for which I was being evicted, you didn't get an answer to these questions. I didn't get an answer. I communicated directly to James Synert and asked him to explain when I was supposed to have done what exactly and who said so that I could give my side of the story. Well, in the second eviction, I wasn't even trying to handle it because I was waiting for my key worker to help me. As you know, this is what I'm paying for. When I was staying in the hostel, they were expecting me to pay a service charge. And
press 1. To accept, press 2. To erase and try again, press 3. To add, press 4. To erase and exit, press star.
Gosh, I'm not going to be able to tell you all my story. This is a pity. Okay. Yeah, it's great talking to a machine when you need help from a human being. 2, right. 2, there you go. Good. 2. Oh. Gosh, I don't know what you're playing at. I'm going to stop.